Hi,
Oh,
this is
this is
Paige,
recording.
and this is the crew that you see up here of the Table Dreams Mastermind Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is our standard crew. We are always welcoming those that want to participate. We have Bill, Angela, Tanya, and it spreads across the United States and into Canada. And so tonight, one of our mastermind members, Tanya from Ontario, Canada, will be talking about manifesting. And I think it's something important that we all have to know, and how we can apply it to our daily life and how we can apply it into our business. So Tanya is working on her NLP. She is Tony Robbins super light. But she's on her way to change the world, and she's helping one person at a time, one group at a time, and we are going to participate in that. So Tanya, welcome. You are live, and I'm going to mute. If you guys can mute so then we can hear, and then unmute when you want to ask a question. So I'm going to mute myself.
So I plugged in, oh, am I on mute? No, I'm not. I plugged in my fancy microphone, so you guys should hear me nicely.
All right. Awesome.
Manifesting. So in NLP, there's seven neurological levels for setting a goal. And so I'm not prepared for it. I didn't bring my notes, but I'll run you through. So the first level is aware and a when, right? And then the next one is your what. Like, what is it that you're trying to manifest? And then the one after that, the third, is the why. Like, why are you doing this? Above that is the how. So how is this, how did it happen? Right? I think I screwed that one up. So it's the where and the when, the what, the how, why did you do it? And then there's the belief, like who you are. And then there's the big picture. You always have to have the big picture. Like, how are you affecting humanity or the rest of the world and other people? So you have to have that, and that's the top level. I want to say it kind of parallels Maslow's hierarchy, his triangle of self-actualization. So for instance, and it has to be in the present tense, this is what happened right now. So my goal that I'm trying to do is my summit. So for the where and when, I would say on July 24th, 2017 in Brampton, Ontario. The what is my Top Earner Summit goes live. The how is I did it by securing and interviewing 21 experts. The why, I did it because I believe entrepreneurs need to know the importance of mindset and being successful. The identity, like who am I? So I called myself the Mindset Master. And then the how's it affecting everyone else? The important one is, by doing this, I will be impacting entrepreneurs around the world as well as their families. So those are the 7 neurological levels. So, but when you set this goal, you actually have to be up and you have to stand. And you would put down a marker for 7 spots. And for each spot, you stand. So you make that on the floor. So the first one you would be by July 24th, 2017 in Brampton, Ontario. That's one spot. Then you step into the next one, right? Until you've done all 7. Then you turn around and you walk through it backwards, right? And I didn't get the theory on it, but that's what really makes it stick. So you walk through it backwards. So then it would be like, by doing this, I'm impacting entrepreneurs around the world as well as their families because I am the Mindset Master. I did it because I believe entrepreneurs need to know the importance of mindset and becoming successful. And I did it by securing and interviewing 21 experts. My Top Earner Mindset Summit goes live by July 24th, 2017. So you're putting that in you. And what I've been doing is every day taking the steps, stepping through, turning around, and then you're walking it backwards. And that's how you really set that goal in you.
That's really cool. I like that. I mean, you're always learning something new about goal setting. Mm-hmm. And why goals get accomplished, but to take it to another level of really stepping through these 7 steps: where, when, what, why, how, belief, and big picture, and walk it both ways. Walking it, because as people take steps in, in faith and in the direction that they want, the abundance comes, the clients come, the whatever it is that you want come. But it's just like something that you had taught a while back about those feelings, those 4 circles. Step into those 4 circles, and it's really the action that we need to take every single day if we want. To really get a result, to manifest. So please give an example of how you manifested this in your. You just showed Obama's picture.
Well, you know what? So this is kind of a funny thing, and I was actually grounding and manifesting. But as far as this goal thing goes, so I mean, I've started working on my summit, trying to get people this week, right? And I'm having a hell of a time trying to reach out to a lot of people. And it's because I'm finding it so hard to differentiate between the fake experts and the real top earners, right? I mean, fake it till you make it, right? Everybody who's doing attraction marketing looks like a top earner and an expert. So it's taken me forever. And I'm getting kind of expert reach out envy, because there's people in this group who are like, they've reached out to 300 plus experts, or like 50 people in a day. And I'm only I've hit like 33 this week, and I've been home all week sitting at the computer looking for people, Google searches.
33 is good. Don't beat yourself up, because who knows if those other people are not putting in actually the time to read something. So,
I don't know. And one of the coaches, I reached out to 52 today. I got 7 yeses. So anyway, so I've done this, 33 people. I've got 5 yeses and 8 let's talk. Out of those 8, 4 of them were like, yes, really interested. Let's get on the phone. So I possibly have 9 people, right, out of my 21. And my goal was to have 10 yeses by Friday. I had 4 yeses and 6 giving more information, which is 10. It wasn't the 10 I wanted, but it's still 10.
Yeah.
Right?
But that goes to about being specific, right? In our goal, in our what we're wanting to manifest, because you're like, I want 10. Well, you got your 10, but be specific. And one thing that I know about comparing, when we are out there doing research, or we're looking for who our competitors are, or whatever it is, we have to just see them as people. They're just people.
Yeah.
And everybody's at a different pace. Angela had a post today. I don't know if it was today, but I read it today about people not sharing the message with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Angela? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna unmute her, because I want to have her talk to you in a second. But what I'm trying to say is that we can't prejudge, like you were talking about, Tanya, about the fake, to dwindle between the real top earners and the fake ones. Angela, what do you do when you see somebody is fake? How do you decipher if they're really doing what they're doing? Because Tanya's out there looking for mindset people who have hit the top positions in their company. And you've been around for a little while, so what tips could you say, like, hey, this is what to look for, to make it easier for her, because she has to cipher through so many people in a short amount of time? Maybe there's something that you can share.
First off, I mean, social proof is huge. To me, I mean, there's a ton of people trying to say they're making X, they're the top earner and they're doing this, but then you look at their pages and it doesn't, they don't have the interaction that the top earners actually have. And it's also just hold on, let me turn off my oven.
But that's one thing too, like I was kind of like, as I peek around trying to, because I want to help. I want to find some people for you too. And I'm looking and I'm like, I'll see them somewhere and I'll jump over to their platform, because I know that if they have a big team, their leadership, if that's leadership, their leadership will constantly have likes and shares and,
So I know it can be deceiving because I know just from, say, the first company I was in, there were people that are like top earners and they really don't have much of a web presence. Like the one lady, she's second top rank. She was an upline of my upline, and she just started her Facebook fan page. So it's like 0 people on it.
But are you looking for top earners and just one specific company, or
No. I'm not being company specific at all. What I'm looking for, because I know some top earners, they don't have a web presence because they're so busy belly to belly, or they're only just doing Facebook. They're not really building their list. They're just talking to people on Facebook, right?
Well, look at Diane Hockman. She doesn't have a huge list.
No.
She is a rock star.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's hard to tell, but you can look at like who it is that's following them. Who, if they're all in the same company following them, then they're not the real deal. If other people, like, I always start out at like the top. Like, I'll look at, say, I'll go to Ray Higgins' page, and then I see he's contacting, who he's interacting with on their pages, instead of, he's not gonna just like randomly talk to just whoever.
Yeah.
I kind of go down from there and see if they're legit or if they're just kind of the front.
I've been going through their about me's, and usually there'll be a word where it's like, I know I can, this is a good opportunity for me. Like some will say, hey, I make this amount of money, and then I got to take it at face value. But then there's some where they allude to being able to help or believing that it's a good opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to sift through, and somebody like it's just a lot of sifting through the about me's to find who's doing what. For some reason, their name's so familiar to me.
Yeah, because they're industry leaders. I mean, they have some courses and stuff, but they're not attached to any affiliate program.
Yeah.
All they do is they have an insurance company, I think, too. But I mean,
I just like, I'm randomly going, I'm not being selective. I don't care what company people are in, what affiliate they're in, and I think it's best to have people from all different companies because you get such a different perspective.
Right. They give it. They're different than. I mean, they teach attraction marketing, but they're different than the MLSP crew.
Okay.
If that makes sense. It's not like they're better or they're worse. It's just they're not.
I just brought up the MLSP because MLSP teaches the attraction marketing, so I'm running into so many MLSP people. There's nothing against them, or it's just it's actually, I guess, interesting that I'm finding so many of them.
Yeah, we see them everywhere.
Right.
But yeah, I would get in like the My Lifestyle Academy. That's John and Nadia Milton's like free membership training, and kind of sift through there and see who you can tell me be kind of but talk to them too, because I know John would do it.
Yeah, it's on one of my search tabs. I've got like 4 search tabs going. You guys want to talk about grounding?
Let's recognize Lyndon, who's hiding in the dark.
I know, eh?
Lyndon is hiding in the dark.
He's totally hiding in the dark. He might be even asleep. He's not even smiling. I think he's out. Lyndon, he muted himself, so I can't.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, there you are.
I'm outside in the backyard right now with the missus.
Hey, hello. We're like, he's hiding. He's asleep.
Nah,
all right. So
I'm trying not to make too much noise.
Gotcha. So Tanya was just talking about the 7 ways to
7 neurological steps.
Yeah, 7 steps to manifesting. And we're recording this. I remember to record. So this is cool. So now
hi, Sadie.
hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Sorry.
I see an eyeball. Give me 2 eyes, Linda, and give pass her over. There you go. I got 2 eyeballs now. All right. So yes, let's talk about grounding. What it is
Grounding.
and what it's used for.
It's clearing your mind, getting yourself into the present. So basically, it's easiest if you just sit on a chair, put your feet on the floor. Don't cross your legs, because when you cross your legs, you're blocking the energy. If you cross your arms, you're still blocking the energy. So just put your arms either on your thighs, on the side of the chair, and just clear your mind, right? So just listen to the sounds. And as you clear your mind, you'll start hearing sounds that you've never heard before. Just feel the air temperature in the room. Feel the weight of your feet on the floor. And Angela's smirking over there. And feel the weight of your hands on your thighs or on the chair. Like feel the weight of yourself on the chair. Listen to the sounds, smell the smells in the room. Like just become aware, because there's there's a number like 44,000 bits of information we get coming at us, but our brain only selectively listens to a little bit of it. And so when you clear your mind, you're in the present. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. There's no anxiety. There's no fears, because that comes from thinking either in the future or the past.
Yeah, it brings you back to the here and now.
Yeah, so it keeps you in the now, and it's very calming. And so what I've been doing is from that state, then thinking of the vision of where I want to be, right? What I want to manifest. So I was reading Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, and what he says is start thinking of something happy to get your vibration up, because you're going to manifest stuff when you've got the high vibration. So think of a time in your life when you had a really good experience and you were happy, to get that energy up. What I like to do is I'll do some affirmations like the I'm so happy and grateful, because when you start saying I'm so happy and grateful, you got to smile, right? So like I'm so happy and grateful now that wonderful things happen to me every single day. And just I'm so happy and grateful that money flows to me every single second of the day. And it really gets your vibration up. And just start seeing your future. So last weekend with NLP on the Friday night, one of my cats ran away. Missy ran away. And she's like 1.5 years, and we couldn't find her all weekend. So we talked about grounding at NLP, and on Sunday night, I'm like, screw it. I'm going to try this manifesting stuff. Let's see if this works. So I sat down before I went to bed and just grounded, just sat there. And I'm like, I'm so happy and grateful that Missy is on her way home. I said, I'm so happy and grateful that Missy is home tomorrow morning, right? And I just focused on that. And then so Monday morning, woke up, Gareth went downstairs, and I heard meow, meow, meow. I'm like, is that Abby? He's like, no, it's Missy. And I'm like, it works, right? Like, it's these little things. You just have to get yourself into that state.
And it's pretty cool because Tanya is my accountability partner for the program that we're both involved in. And I was telling her, I'm like, man, good morning. She's like, you need to ground yourself. I was like, and so she's talking me through this process. She's like, you're not even listening. I go, I was listening. I'm just trying to figure out because she's like, what are you feeling? And I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm feeling. And she's like, well, you have to know what you're feeling. I'm like, well, I don't know. So anyways, let me get to the point. So yesterday, because I think it was Friday that we talked about this. So yesterday I woke up and I'm like, oh, crapolas. Every day when I wake up, I feel blah. I feel nothing. I don't feel excitement. I don't feel sadness. I don't feel nothing. I'm just blah. Mm-hmm. Blah. Right? And so I just like, what was that, Angela? I can't hear you.
What do you feel when you go to bed?
I just go to bed.
Do you prepare yourself for like sleep and for the next day?
No, I can't, because if I try to prepare for the next day, I can't go to sleep. I won't go to sleep because I don't want to miss the alarm. I don't want to so my mind.
Worry is a form of meditation.
No, but it's not really worry. It's just like I have to get up at 6, or I have to get up at 5:45, or I have to get up at this time, and then this is my list. So I try to go to bed with a blank mind, not thinking about nothing, and that's how I wake up. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
How you, by the way you prepare yourself for bed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I was just like, interesting. So anyways, Tanya, to answer what you were asking, what do I feel when I wake up? That's what I feel when I wake up. Nothing.
So did you try changing
No,
what you know as yourself?
Well, no, I just was like, oh,
So now you're aware of it.
now I'm aware. I'm like, oh, well,
Now you
okay.
can change it.
Because that just takes me a long time. Like, so it takes my brain, once it gets going, it feels like a train leaving the train station, right? It's just that slow chug, and then it takes me about 45 minutes to get my brain going, and then it won't stop until it goes to sleep. So anyways, I have to, Lyndon's agreeing, he's probably agreeing, like, what's that?
Well, we were talking about when you want to rewire your brain to manifest, it starts from the second you wake up. And if you wake up and you look beside you and you're like, it's the alarm clock again, you've already fallen back into who you are, who you know yourself as. So you need to break that, like right from the beginning.
Well, now that you mentioned about being happy, then I'm just like, okay, that's going to be like that default, right? That's the default. Because like, you don't know what you don't know. So no. I wasn't aware what I was feeling in the morning until Tanya said, hey, what's your morning process? And I'm just like, well, I don't know my morning process. I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. And she's like, no, like before that. And I'm like, well, I don't know. And she's like, well, before that. I'm like, stop coaching me. No, I'm joking. Stop being a coach.
It's just like, even if you have to force it, make yourself smile, because it connects to your brain, and like you can't be negative when you're smiling.
Right. And I think that's what Tanya was trying to get to, but because I didn't know, I was getting frustrated with myself that what is it that I feel in the morning, and not until yesterday that was the feeling. It's like, oh, okay, well now the new default, now I know I have to go straight into a happy thought, right? Like go into a happy thought, say then thank you, Jesus, for another day, and then continue my process. So thank you.
Your body's gonna fight it every step of the way and be like, well, you can do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because your body is so used to how it feels. Like you don't even think about how you feel. Your body already knows. You've been doing it for 30-something years, right?
Yeah, but it's interesting because, I mean, I don't know. I'm just in such an autopilot.
Yeah.
I've been on autopilot for so long that it's just like, just get to work, whatever, just get to work. Make sure the kids do not die by the end of the day. Make sure, what, Angela?
It's a good day. You deserve like a cookie.
Yeah. But again, it was my thought process is like, my goal is to make sure my kids don't die. It's survival mode, right? It was just like, okay, these are the things that I have to do to make sure that I get through. But again, it's just the mediocre level of living. And if we really want to go to that next level, we have to identify those pitfalls, right? My pitfall being that my first thing is blah. Okay, well now it's, instead of blah, if I think blah, I need to think happy, right? I'm going to associate blah and happy together. So anyways, Lyndon, you're smiling and nodding. What insight do you
got? I find myself in the same place a lot of times. My early morning starts with my workouts. That's where I get a lot of my thoughts and stuff like that. But I have my days where I wake up hitting that alarm clock, and it's one of the things that I posted earlier today that has to do with life as well. It's something that I heard the pastor say. A lot of things that happen with you. A lot of people have trouble with their faith based on their feelings, and a lot of times you wake up in the morning and say, "I don't feel like getting up," but the goals don't line up with that. So I mean, you've got to find different ways to overcome that so-called feeling, because that feeling is just an emotion that's keeping you in a comfort state. If being successful and being in your feelings will lead you on two different paths. You stay in your feelings, more than likely you won't reach the success that you want, because the feelings that we naturally actually have are meant to keep us in our comfort zone. And that was one of the things that I had to come to realize. So a lot of things you all are saying, as far as like when you wake up in the morning, the kind of state that you enter has a lot to do with your feelings. And because we wake up in our feelings already. So you got to find different ways to overcome that soon from the minute you wake up, the minute you open your eyes, you got to open your eyes and be ready to move with a purpose. Because if you're not ready to move with a purpose, you don't have a purpose. In my more than likely that snooze button is going to be, and I'm speaking from a personal standpoint. That snooze button is going to become your best friend. That roll over and don't feel like doing it. That first few minutes where you just say, you know what, I hit the snooze button, I hit the stop. Rather than hitting the snooze button and go back to sleep, allow your snooze button become your wake up for your meditation. So it would be two different things.
That's a good one. Hold on, go back. Let your snooze button be what?
Because a lot of people don't jump up on the first time the alarm goes off, which is fine. But what happens at the same time, a lot of people that hit the snooze button don't go right back to sleep. It takes a couple of minutes to go back to sleep. So the next snooze that goes off is still interrupting you getting back to sleep. So, I mean, if you allow that snooze button to be like, okay, time to wake up, time to get up. What's my focus for the day? Or matter of fact, not even what's my focus for the day. What am I thankful for? If you wake up in the state of what am I thankful for? What am I doing? How can I serve? What is my purpose for the day? That snooze button serves as a totally different purpose rather than I don't feel like getting up or I don't feel like, or, oh my goodness, this is another. So, I mean, it becomes that the snooze button becomes meaningful rather than harmful for you as far as accomplishing your goals and stuff like that.
That's really cool.
But I mean, yeah, I based on a lot of things that what you all saying, that's why I say I definitely agree on a lot of things that were said, and it brings to reality a lot of stuff that I face each and every day, because right now I'm preparing for baseball. Well, I'm playing baseball right now, but I'm preparing for October, which is my league's World Series. Should we make it to the World Series and go in October, I want to be in the best shape of my life. I want to be prepared and go down there, because every season you end up playing, and this is a lot for our league. We played 9 games in a matter of 4 days.
9 games?
9 games. Matter of fact, it might have been 5 days. 9 games in a matter of, so we got double headers for a couple of days, as well as single headers. They're going in the championship for this full World Series tournament. And if you're not prepared for that, you can be wiped out in day 1 or day 2. But right now, I've got those several days where I woke up and I was like, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like getting up. Where my feelings is not. If this were October and I was still in my feelings, I would still not be in the shape that I would want to be by the time it came around. So now I wake up with a purpose. I created a habit where I wake up, where I begin waking up with a purpose. So when that alarm goes off, it doesn't seem like a burden. Now I actually want to get up at 3:30 in the morning, like I have my alarm. So I want to wake up at 3:30 in the morning right now and go work out, because I know by the time when I get to the World Series in October, they're gonna be looking at me like, man, this dude here. I remember him last year. He got even better from last year. Don't pitch to this dude. Don't hit in his direction. I just want to be that most feared person. And the same thing applies to your life and your business. When you wake up and you begin to wake up with a purpose, that snooze, you say, you know what? I'm thankful for this today. I'm thankful that I was allowed to wake up and hear that alarm clock. And I know today is going to be a day where I'm going to impact several people's lives. So how can I be allowed to do it? And it makes you wake up with such a different energy. It makes you wake up with such fulfillment and such a purpose when you begin to wake up and stuff like that. And it's a lot easier when you wake up to begin moving toward those goals. So when you wake up, you feel yourself, you brush your teeth with a smile on your face. It makes it easier to brush your teeth, because you just, I mean, you wake up just with a huge, tremendous smile on your face, looking toward what you're destined to do. And then doing what you love to do becomes even more of a passion. It becomes more fun. It becomes more fulfilling, especially when you begin to see an impact from the people that you are making the difference in their lives, and the people that you reach out to, and they feel that. They really feel that. There are some people that you come across and you communicate with, and we're the same way. We're the same way. There's just like when Tanya was talking about the energy about not crossing your legs. It blocks the energy. People can feel that energy whenever you come. If you don't have that energy about them, someone will be like, I like what you're talking about. I like what you're saying, but it's something about this isn't right. Mm-hmm. And if you wake up not feeling that, sometimes you just got to restart. Let me put it like that. Sometimes you got to restart. You hit that snooze, you say, you know what? I don't feel like doing it. And you realize it. Got to catch yourself in the moment, and you realize, you say, you know what? I got a purpose for today. Why am I waking up? Because I'm meant to do something great today. Start over. Take a second to start over. Even as soon as you realize it. And once again, like I said, it makes a huge, tremendous difference in your day. It doesn't matter if you don't like your job. Doesn't matter if you don't like your position. Doesn't matter if you don't like your current situation, whatever. When you wake up with that type of attitude, it changes everything about your day. It really does. I've experienced this over the last probably month and a half, where I really just began to focus in because everything is starting to kind of come together for me with fitness, business, personal, all that kind of stuff. These past 2 months have been a definite eye opener. So this subject right here kind of hit home when you began talking about. When I came in and immediately heard you talking about this, is like, man, it's right on time, right on time. Because I've personally been experiencing a huge traumatic shift in my life, a lot of stuff that's going on, because I began to wake up on purpose and wake up with a purpose.
I like that. And I'll be quoting you here in a second. To wake up, to move with purpose, and to wake up with purpose. That sometimes you have to restart. Why am I waking? I'm meant to do something great today. We go up and back. Live influence. It's true, and that's why these masterminds are important. And I'm glad that we recorded this one, because I wasn't going to hit record. I have a note because Lyndon told me, you better write it down so you can remember. You better write it down. And I'm just like, should I listen? Should I listen to his words, or do I want to be stubborn because I don't want to record it and I don't want to deal with having to do that extra step, right? But then I think about, well, am I coachable? And do I want clients who are coachable? If I can't listen to those that are giving wisdom to me, like Tanya, Angela, Bill, Lyndon, how am I going to expect people to listen to me? And so I'm glad that I hit record, and to wake up with that purpose and to look at that alarm clock snooze as, hey, this gives me the few seconds to get my mind right. So when that snooze button goes off again, I'm ready to ... Right? To restart, I have Matt on the other side. He's in my audience. And he's listening.
Well, I know Justice Egan did a wake-up call. It was in May, and he was talking about habits and the compound effect. And he said it hit him. He was in a car, and he's like, oh my God, I am exactly where I am because of my habits, right? And they started thinking about it. He goes, his habit is to hit snooze and kind of run through the day in his head. And he's like, this needs to break. And he said from when he realized that, the alarm would go off, he'd turn it off, and he would jump out of bed. Like, I'm starting my day. And he's like, that's what actually started him going and changed the path, because he started changing the fundamental habits about himself. He's like, it's not just enough to change your business habits, you have to change your personal habits. Because if you can't change your personal habits, your business isn't going to work.
I'm really struggling because, like, I've gotten to the point where I can do that when I'm feeling well, but when I go into a flare, my body won't let me. Mm-hmm. And that just, like, the energy I put off just from disease.
Yeah.
I can't get past it, and I don't know how to break that. And then if it goes on.
I wouldn't call that a habit, though.
No, it's not really a habit.
Yeah.
But it does break my spirit, which then turns into a feeling and becomes kind of I don't know. I mean, it's a mindset thing. I get.
Could you flip it though? That okay, you can't get out of bed, but there's got to be something to be happy about and grateful about.
No, I mean, I won't wake up. I'll sleep for 26 hours straight.
Okay, but while you're sleeping, nothing's happening, right? Your mind isn't, you're because when you go to sleep and you wake up, you're in the same energy, right? The same state.
But it's like after I noticed that a couple of days have gone by or a week, it's like I haven't done anything. I haven't moved forward in anything, and then I start getting those.
Yeah. But then you're not in the now.
Right.
Right. So maybe just ground yourself and listen and go from there.
Well, I can, if I could throw this in there, the one of the biggest mistakes that we make as entrepreneurs or as people, period, is feeling that you have to catch up on things. Mm-hmm. When you wake up, well, not necessarily when you wake up, if there's anything that you do, because we've all got to-do lists, mm-hmm. and what happens, we put so much pressure on ourselves to catch up that we don't catch up, because it's that's where that feeling of overwhelm comes from. When you get that emotion, if you've been, you know your circumstances, you know your situations, you know your body, you know what you go through from time to time. Mm-hmm. People in business, I mean, perhaps, and if they've seen your story, if they know anything about you, they know what's going on at the same time, because you've been very transparent throughout your move. You've been very transparent throughout a lot of stuff you've been going through. So a lot of people know your story, but you can't put that pressure on yourself to wake up when you realize I hadn't gotten anything done. Now, if you're dealing with appointments and stuff like that, if you miss appointments because of sleep, okay, that's too much. There's not too much you can do to try to follow up, find out if you can get back with these people. But if it's just stuff that needs to be done or stuff that can be arranged, when you wake up, you can't get that time back. So why stress on trying to redo everything that you didn't do? You begin from that point and move forward. That's a mistake that I used to make. I'd go with my work schedule. I was working when I first really seriously got into marketing. I was working. I live an hour away from work. I wake up, go work out, go to work. I had to be at work at 7:30, and I got an hour commute, so I'm leaving the house at 6:30. And I literally wasn't getting off till about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Then an hour commute home, almost 8:30, 9 o'clock when I got home, and then trying to do some business. And then some days I didn't do blog, I didn't do a video, I didn't do something else. And I told myself I was going to do this stuff each day. And each day I come home and get on the week. I hadn't done anything. Now I feel pressure on myself to go do 5 videos. So now I put on a shirt and I shoot a video of what I was going to talk about. Then I go change clothes and come back and I put on a hat and I shoot like I'm doing a different video. And that was a lot of pressure to feel like you got to catch up, to feel like you got to get this stuff out. If you feel like that, you just look, this is a new day. It's a new beginning. I understand my circumstances. We're going to start today. What are the 5 things that I need to do today? Instead of focusing on what the 30 things that I do in the past couple of days, because more than likely, there are 5 important things, 3 to 5 things of much importance that you need to focus on. I need to do 1, and most of the things that you need to do are the things that are most uncomfortable. And that's what people put on the back of the list. They do the easy things first. They totally throw off the most important things, which is the thing. Start doing the most difficult things first. Let the easy stuff be last. Say, I got 3 to 5 things that I must do. Forget the 30 things that I didn't do in the past couple of days because of whatever situation. I'm going to focus on getting this done. Okay? This is one thing Lisa Torres spoke on that. I mean, when you start trying to focus on doing 10, 15, 20 things a day, you're not going to become very productive because you're not focused on getting one thing done. You're not focused on getting one thing done 100%. You're focused on getting 100 things done with 1%. Okay? Right. So start focusing on what it is that I need to do today and not what I need to catch up on, because it doesn't do anything but put you further behind.
Yeah, and then it just adds stress, which adds to the illness in itself. So
forget all of those stuff. When you wake up, if you feel you're behind, you're not behind. You're starting fresh today.
And those are wise words that, no matter where you are in your business, that to know that to pick 3 to 5 things. Pick those 3 to 5 things and just focus on that, and that it is a new day. I don't know why I'm not getting feedback, but anyways, those are really good when we start off, because we have about 6 minutes, and I want to make sure that we sound off. Everybody gets the point. We started off with this manifestation, the 7 steps of where, when, what, why, how, your belief, and the big picture. Going 7 steps, taking those 7 steps to go forward, and take those 7 steps to go back. To ground it into your mind, which then Tanya talked about grounding and placing yourself in a place that your arms and feet are not crossed, and to get yourself in a present state. And Tanya will probably go into more of this as she gains more knowledge. And then Brendan ended up with move with a purpose and wake up with a purpose. And that sometimes you give yourself permission to restart your day and to use that snooze button to put yourself in a meditative point, not as, oh man, I have to do this and this. Get yourself in that place of meditation. So, Tanya, what's your goal for the week? You got 1 minute.
My goal for the week is by the weekend I want to have my 21 yeses.
Woo-hoo. That's good. All right. Angela, 1 minute.
I'm to have my first webinar lined out and all the PowerPoints done.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job. All right. I'm writing these down so I can follow up on next week. Yeses for her webinar. Okay, Phil.
Like I was mentioning in the beginning, putting the finishing touches on my ebook, which, by the way, in the 2 years I've been on Twitter doing Twitter for my marketing, this is like the biggest step. So I'm very excited. I mean, it's going to be like, this is really it. So
Excellent. And just to touch base with everybody, because on the 17th we're holding him accountable, and he got a lot of it done. So now he's just doing the finishing touches. So good job on keeping your word and making it happen by the 17th. So Lyndon, what's your goal?
For the week, actually do a Zoom presentation for somebody each day this week.
That's a good one. For your business or MLSP?
Either one. I need to get in front of more people. I have one set up for tomorrow. I believe I'm gonna set another one up for Tuesday. I would like to recruit people for either or sponsor people for either or, but my focus right now is not necessarily getting the yes. It's doing the thing to get in front of more people, because I presented the business opportunity to several people in the purpose of, hey, can I send you some information? And I end up sending them the link. I need to show this thing to more people. So my objective is to actually do a Zoom presentation at least every day this week with somebody.
And I'll tell you, you'll close 50%. There's a huge difference that I've noticed, that when I get in front of someone face to face versus sending them a link, I get a 50% close ratio. That's no matter what business stuff that I've done. When I get in front of somebody's face, I heard this pastor say, he goes, "You have favor when you show your face." A 50% chance of yes or no. Show your face. And it's really true. So you getting in front of those more people, and then you'll get a higher close rate every single time you show up, because you're showing up with favor, you're showing up with abundance, you're showing up with a solution to their problem. So you're going to be in a win-win. For me, my goal is to find a different schedule with my kids, because we all have separate agendas. We all want to do something that does not match. So I've been waking up at 4:45, even if I go to bed at 2 o'clock, to get things done. Because when they're awake, they've been waking up at 6 o'clock. I'm like, it's summer, you need to be asleep. Like, you're not supposed to be waking up until 8 o'clock. Oh, look at him. Hello, buddy. So anyways, that is my goal. I have to put my summit on a replay. I have to create some images for that. And so yes, new schedule with my kids and my summit replay. So That's the bull. What's your dog's name, Lyndon?
This one's name is Precious. Her name is Precious. Got another name, Tigger, that's down by my foot.
Precious, what's her bling? She's precious and she has no bling.
She's a blue healer.
No, but where's her flash? She don't have no flash, she ain't.
Oh, she's got it. I don't know where my wife puts it. We hang it up when she's in the house.
Oh,
All
she's cute.
right.
All right, guys. It's top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Thank you for hanging out. Lyndon, you gonna throw this on our YouTube channel?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I can. Most of you got to send me the link and I create the channel and do that.
All right, awesome. All right, guys, have an awesome, productive. Remember, you guys are success magnets. You guys attract 3K a day. So until next time, you guys have a wonderful night. See you guys later. Bye.